Hey, welcome back. Today is February 22nd. It is 2021. It is Monday, first day of the week, second week of the spring session. We had new students from Richmond Heights. So, anyways, we watched the intro video on Arise Media 360 to talk about what C++ is and to show them the different programming that C++ codes for. So we looked at video games. We talked about how it's used for smartwatches and medical devices, as well as like browsers, like Google. Any search tool that C++ programming language is used for that. Then we watched a prize giveaway, and we had a prize giveaway this week. So Daniel was our winner for the Flipgrid assignment on starting a business. So he won that gift card. He chose a Visa gift card. We went on Rex Tester, talked about the compiler. We talked about functions, what functions are. I'm speaking for my group. We did talk about functions, the open and close parentheses, and what functions do. So we defined that. And if you're unfamiliar with functions, so basically functions are a group of statements that carry out or perform a task. And that's that open and close parentheses, that's a function. So that's an example of it. We also talked about integers. My group already knew what integers were. They were on a ball. An integer is a whole number, negative number, or zero. It's an integer as well. So whenever you think of integers, think of the number line. Okay, and then we reviewed this. Hold on, let me get the proper screen up. So we did talk about variables and strings. Strings store text. So we discussed that, and then we discussed configuration option, which is this hashtag include iostream. Then we talked about how you have to, when you have strings, you have to include this for hashtag for your string. We talked about the importance of capitalization too, and they saw like how just a little error or something minimal such as not capitalizing the N in character name can throw off the code. So they learned to be more detail oriented from that. So they practiced this, and then we reviewed how you can end in multiple ways. So we talked about what inline does. We also talked about cout and how cout stands for compile out, which basically sends the information to the compiler, tells it to run it. We talked about the multiple ways. So right here I have std : cout, and then we did it this way too with just cout, and then your arrows and whatever you put here, and L, or you can go cout well, and you can put it in the double quotation marks and make sure your backslash is the proper direction, and then semicolon. You can end like that as well too, and it'll run. You could do it with the std too. Same thing. So you can see at the bottom, it displayed what I put in my double quotation marks, and the double quotation marks again is where you alter your text, and that's what's going to display at the bottom when you hit run. So that's what the compiler does with the C++ language that we have inputted into the compiler. All right, so after we finished that, the new kids drew a shape, and also we watched the Hello World video before we did the variable video. So they drew a shape. Most of them did the triangle. That went well. They did a pretty good job. They said they were pretty comfortable with it, so it doesn't seem like much of a challenge. Seems like so far so good. Everybody's like, if they are having errors, it's very minimal, but everybody's catching on pretty quickly. I went into the younger room where 8th grade and below was after my kids left and watched them do the Hello World. So they did the Hello World with Mr. Matthews, and learned about C++ and what programs they can run as well. So I would say today was successful. Tomorrow we'll do the lab with the flip grid for locating coding. So we'll do that assignment and I'll talk about how that goes tomorrow. I'm excited. Everybody seems pumped, so everything's good. We also talked about game jams again and went over the schedule to emphasize that structure, make sure nobody had any questions. All right, I'm signing off.